Welcome to Private Money Secrets. I'm Keith Yackey and I'm your host, and all we talk about here is private money, real estate, and some other fun stuff. Grab your favorite beverage. Let's dive in. Keith, why do you talk about religion and politics? Let me tell you why. How does religion and politics help you with raising private money? Why does me wearing my Trump hat in my social media or my Trump beanie, or me telling you guys that every Sunday night I meet with God from 6 p.m. to about 9 p.m.? Why do I talk about that when the normal society says don't talk about religion and politics, you might lose business, you might blah, blah, blah? Well, let me tell you why. Number one, the reason I'm so bold in saying what I believe is so that you can be bold in saying what you believe, even if it differs from what I believe. Our society wants to silence us. We want to become these politically correct, stand for nothing, don't rock the boat type of thing. And guess what? That's massively affecting you and your business. If you're not afraid to speak up and say, this is what I believe and this is why I believe it, you're not being as bold as you can. And you've got to be bold when you're in business. You've got to take a stand. And here's what happened. And it really hit home for me in Nashville. I traveled to Nashville. I wanted to spend 4 days with my family. I've got a couple of good friends that live out there. We got together for some amazing steaks, some amazing espresso martinis, which are my favorite. And we listened to live music, stayed at a cool hotel, just had an absolute blast. And the restaurant that was at the base of the hotel where we stayed, cool hotel, cool restaurant, they had some live music coming up. But before the live music came up, they had this big screen at the back of the stage where they're playing like music videos. And on that music video, there was just two attractive ladies. One of the ladies had a white shirt with black writing on it, and it said Kentucky against. And the bottom word was kind of wrinkled, as t-shirts do. And I thought it said liberals. Kentucky against liberals. Now, I'm conservative. I believe in the freedom of speech, no censorship, whatever. I don't think Trump is Jesus Christ by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think he's the savior of our country, but I do think he is trying to help us remain the country that we started off as. My personal opinion. If you disagree, who cares? If I agree, who cares? But when I saw that shirt, Kentucky against liberals, my heart was like, I'm with these ladies. Why? Because I'm not liberal. In the sense of, I don't believe that somebody should be able to sit on their front porch and collect money because they don't want to go work where others of us who work and pay taxes have to pay for them. I don't believe in that. I believe in personal responsibility. But that's not what the shirt said. The shirt said Kentucky against everyone else. But the lightning bolt that hit me when I realized these gals stood for what they wanted, what they believed, and I immediately identified with them. And it was a great lesson for me, because if it would have said Kentucky against conservatives, I would have immediately said, their music might be cool, but I'm not that big of a fan of that ideology, so I'm not sure I really want to go down that route. And I realized that there's a lot of you here that actually like the fact that I stand up and say what I believe in. In fact, some of you admire the fact that I'm bold enough and brave enough in the midst of this time to stand up and say, yes, I'm voting for Trump, and yes, I believe in a creator. Doesn't mean I'm a Christian, doesn't mean I'm a Buddhist, doesn't mean I'm any of those things. I believe and I talk to the creator that I understand him or her to be. But the reason I stand up and say these things is so that you can have the boldness to stand up as well, so that we don't have to be this nation of pussies who's afraid to say what they believe. And you say, Keith, well, how does that affect me raising private money? You need to stand up and say what you believe. My immediate family members, in-laws and such, would see me watching these flip this house and flip that house shows, wanting to become a real estate investor. And made fun of me. Oh, there he is watching those shows again. Well, here we are 13 years later. I'm successful doing what I want to do. I don't work for anybody else, and they still do. You've got to be able to stand up for what you believe, and you've got to go after what you want. And being afraid of saying who you're going to vote for or whether you believe in a creator or not. If you can't say those things, how in the world are you going to get the guts to go in and tell somebody, hey, let's have an opportunity to make some money together. You know, you put up the dough, I'll put up the effort, and let's go. That's why I'm sharing this, not so that you can believe what I believe. I don't care if you believe what I believe, but so that you will have the boldness to stand up for what you believe. I don't wear a red hat so you vote Trump. I wear a red hat because I will not let somebody tell me I can't wear that, because that's not the spirit of who we are as a country. And if you do have a red hat and you like wearing that red hat, I don't want you to be embarrassed to wear it either. Or if you have a blue hat, I don't care what color your hat is, but you shouldn't be afraid to stand up for it and say, this is what I believe. And that's why I'm more bold. And this whole thing of don't talk about politics or don't talk about religion, fuck that. I'm going to talk about politics and religion, meaning this is what I believe. And if you believe the same way, you're going to resonate. There's enough people on both sides that whatever side you pick, there'll be plenty of people out there that will resonate and gravitate towards you. But if you're somebody who doesn't say what they believe, I don't have a lot of respect for it. What are you so afraid of? You're going to lose a little business? Hey man, I don't need your money. There's plenty of red hat money out there. There's plenty of blue hat money out there. Stand up for what you believe, because that's the only way you're going to go get what you want. First, you got to say, this is what I believe. This is what I want. And I'm not afraid to go after it. I'm not afraid of what other little people's opinions are. Some of you who mock me for doing this, you have never stood up for anything yourself. This might be one of the greatest private money secrets you ever have, and that is have a belief and stand up for it and don't worry about what other people say. There will be plenty of people that will rally around what you believe and what you want. But you got to make it known. You got to share. I will not be silenced for what I believe. And you can make fun of me. You can say I'm an idiot for believing that. That's fine. I don't care what you believe about that. But I do care that you have the boldness to stand up for what you believe and to go after what you want. And have some conviction, because I'll tell you what, private lenders are going to ask in their heart, does this person believe that they can make this happen? Does this person believe that my money's safe with them? It's called walking with conviction, gang. And not looking for others to say, what do you believe? Oh, maybe I should join that group. What do you believe? Almost as fundamentally a question of what do you want? Some of you don't even know what you want. That's why you don't have it. So when I wear my red hat, I don't feel ashamed one bit. When I talk about how I meet with my creator every Sunday at 6 p.m. for a couple hours, I'm not ashamed one bit. Could care less if you believe that or not. But whatever you believe, stand up for it. Let's go out and crush it. All right, so if you're wanting to learn how to raise more private money, go to www.privatemoneypro.com, www.privatemoneypro.com, where I can show you how to be a private money pro. Take care and go rock it.